Today, NASCAR makes its first stop in Loudon, New Hampshire for the New Hampshire 301. This 1.058-mile oval speedway will test a driver's patience. These guys are all set to run 300 laps, bumping and banging the entire way. The drivers are in their cars, so let's strap in and get ready for another exciting race at the Magic Mile.
What is up, everybody? Eddie Soundhead back again with another episode of NASCAR Heat 2 Career, and today we're in a totally different spot than what we're used to. We're in first. I actually qualified for this race. I did use a setup as well. Oh my God. Kyle Busch, why would you do this to me? Okay, yeah, that's not necessary. Thank you. Wow, what a way to start this race. So I actually qualified, used a setup to qualify, and now I'm using same. Oh my God, why am I overdriving these corners so horribly? I'm using a setup, same setup I used to qualify. It's pretty good, and the reason I'm using a setup is because the last few races have been so frustrating that I figured I would at least ease the pain a little bit. So I'm going to break a couple of my rules. I'm going to stop not qualifying. I am going to qualify probably for the rest of the season, and I'll use setups for tracks that I'm not necessarily confident at, such as New Hampshire. So that is the plan, basically. And we're off to a very early and large lead, so hopefully we can keep it like this and manage our tire wear. That's going to be important with this setup. And we will come home in this first stage with a stage win. Very nicely done. I'm liking this setup a lot. I'm thinking this would have helped me a lot in Heat Evolution. The struggle was real back in the day on New Hampshire races, and if you weren't around to see those, the Heat Evolution career mode should point you in the correct direction. But we are back in the lead after a couple of corners, and we are down onto the backstretch with a sizable lead once again. And coming into the final set of corners, car loves to slide. And we're going to come off of turn 4 with a stage 2 win as well. Man, I tell you what, this might go down as a record as like the shortest video ever. I'm going to have to cut out a lot of stuff. A lot of me just running around by myself. So like I said, I'll be cutting that out. And I'll give you the most interesting parts of the race, as I always do. So, off to a good start, obviously, here at New Hampshire. That's, what, 20 regular season points and then 2 playoff points. So we're doing good already. Alrighty, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go, stretching the tank. I'm about 2 laps to the good, so just gotta, and you gotta be kidding me. That is just my luck. Alright, so this is gonna be interesting. I had to gamble on fuel because I wasn't gonna be able to make it at the end. Lost 10 spots, but I also took 2 tires because my right front was getting really worn. So this first corner is gonna be very important to see. Oh gosh, no, please tell me I didn't just blow it. Alright, we're okay. That first corner was basically going to decide it, so it had to be something big, and we're already challenging for the lead again. So this setup has really saved the day for me, as we're going to get it down through here, underneath Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. back to the lead, coming out of turn 4 for the white flag lap. And it looks like if we can stay out of trouble for 4 more corners, we could possibly conquer one of our worst tracks in New Hampshire. That would be something, albeit with the system of setup. And as always, you know, we're running on legendary difficulty and everything else, so the setup is where the money is, I guess. We'll get it nice and smooth through the final set of corners here, and back on to the front stretch. And what do you know? We're going to win at New Hampshire. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, because I was worried about this race. And I didn't think a setup was going to help me, and I didn't really think any setups helped. And qualifying certainly did. Gave us that early lead, and we were able to make it happen. So with that setup, too, it was pretty squirrely. It was a very loose setup, which is how I usually like the cars. But almost to a point where it was somewhat difficult to control. But we did manage to get through it. Obviously, I'd much rather have a really loose car than a really tight car, which is what I'm used to without a setup. So jumped up to 6th in the points, so very solid effort there. take home the New Hampshire 301 Race Winner Trophy. Add that one to the collection. That is one I don't think we have yet, so we'll take it and head back to the shop. So another race in the books. I guess it's the Overton's 300 it says there. That's weird. Why is it called the New Hampshire 301 then? I don't know. Anyway, next up is Brickyard 400, a crown jewel race. That ought to be interesting. So thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one.